What's good, everybody? Thanks for tuning in and welcome back to another episode of ShookFocuz. That's right, the wait is finally over, and this one we going swimming in them swift corn waters again, and let me tell you, it's gonna get deep, man. Before I get started here, let me let you know I am not a financial advisor. I am just here to bring the news. This video is strictly for entertainment. The only thing I can guarantee is that it will leave you with more questions than answers. And if you're good with that, let's get it. It's time to shake the focus up. Sick of being sick and tired, tell me if you had enough. Yeah, it's Shooks in the building now, we ain't missing nothing. We gon' catch them if they try to run. Alright. As we get into this, I think it's most fitting to pick up where we left off. Just seeing if we can pick out anything more from what's seen in this image. Point out the bird in the top left corner. Make a note of the wing made out of the water symbol. This was mentioned by somebody in the comments section as well, and it brings to question, what importance could this serve?
And then you know how people get into the fact that there are a lot of water terms for money, like the fiscal year, like a fish, ripple in the water, liquidity. There you go. ShookFocuz. Liquidity, fiscal, ripple, pooling. Yep, liquidity. That's what I was thinking of.
But has SwiftCoin ever referenced liquidity? It turns out they have. When asked what role or utility SwiftCoin serves, the short response provided was liquidity for better swaps, discounts on swap fees, passive rewards earning activities, and more to come. But is liquidity important to anybody else in the crypto space?
There's no question there's a lot of hype in this system, and I don't actually think that's a good thing. For Ripple, we use this digital asset called XRP to settle liquidity needs between banks.
I think it's safe to say that Mr. Garlinghouse would agree. Maybe just another similarity to drop in the bucket of the Chinese XRP reference. Looking back at our image, I've chosen to revisit the picture of what seems to be a plant. A succulent, to be precise. Now this is just a possibility, of course, but leaning into that possibility, what could it mean? Succulents definitely have some spiritual meaning depending on the culture. And in this instance, we'll reference the Chinese concept of feng shui, as explained by Laura Serrano of the Feng Shui Manhattan. Feng shui translates to wind and water. Wait, could our friend Black Rue have been giving us another hint at how important symbolism is in the crypto space?
Oh, Ethereum, because ether is a reference to the kind of ether, the power in the air, and air could be thought of as water.
Getting back into our current avenue of approach though, feng shui is a practice that helps people align their energies with their surroundings. It isn't a religion, though it's linked to Taoism. If you create a balanced representation in your home, it can reflect how you're reacting to outside experiences. It becomes a metaphor for everything in life. Sure, it might sound kind of strange, but there's some science behind it. Following that same line of thought, we see that in feng shui, the succulent symbolizes positive energy and good luck, and wealth and prosperity. Succulents are believed to attract positive energy and good luck. Their vibrant and lively appearance is associated with prosperity and abundance. Certain succulents, like the jade plant, are often referred to as money plants. In feng shui, placing a jade plant in the wealth or money area of your home is believed to attract financial prosperity. Even in the Americas, you can often find succulents in work or office settings. Something that I think helps identify our friend here as a succulent is a description provided from an entirely different source. Cacti or cactusplanet.com, I believe is how it's pronounced. Succulents are a distinct group of our green friends that are known for their adorable small size. They are hardy plants with thick, fleshy leaves and thorny stems that work to store water for long hours. Get it? Liquidity, water, storing, hint, hint. You follow. So because succulents are efficient in absorbing and retaining moisture, they have a very high survival rate compared to other more sensitive plants. Hence, it doesn't come as a shock that succulents are often directly associated with water and aquatic symbolism. I would say the succulent fits well into the story being told here. And now we move on to what might be one of, if not the most interesting symbol included here, the Mori clan. I don't think it's possible for me to give it proper justice in this video. Now, I have seen it spelled both ways, with the U and without, but from what I can tell, they reference the same history. The Mori clan was a Japanese samurai clan descended from Oi no Horimoto. The most illustrious member, Mori Motonari, significantly expanded the clan's power in Aki province. During the Edo period, Mori's descendants became the feudal lords of the Chosu domain under the Tokugawa shogunate. After the Meiji Restoration, with the abolition of the Han system in daimyo, the Mori clan became part of the new nobility. Now, little research go do if you want to, but there will be a link to a video about the Mori clan in the description. In terms of modern wealth, the Mori family is still influential, but specific details about their current financial status are not widely available. Historically, they were prominent landowners and wielded significant power, but their wealth today may not be as pronounced as it once was. The Mori clan's legacy remains rooted in their historical achievements and contributions to Japanese history. Now, the mention of prominent landowners is one of the reasons I had to take a look into our first candidate here. I introduce to you Akira Mori, son of deceased real estate tycoon Taikichiro Mori. In 2017, it was said that Akira Mori and family had a net worth of $7.6 billion as rated by Forbes. A look at the Forbes Japan Top 50 saw that decreased to $2.7 billion in 2023, but has since gone back up to $3.6 billion in 2024, according to the real-time tracker. While the field of land and real estate doesn't prove direct relation or descendanship to the samurais of old, when looking into Mori clan wealth, you can't help but come across this family. You might be thinking, but this is SWFTCoin, right? Smart worldwide financial tech, not real estate on blockchain. And you would be correct, although before moving on, I invite you to take a look at this write-up from EmbaPro, a business solutions provider, as they infer about how Mori Trust Hotel Real Estate Investment Trust could benefit from blockchain-based supply chain management. According to technology experts in the real estate operations industry, Mori Trust Hotel Real Estate Investment Trust can use the blockchain network technology to overcome incompatible management information systems across various players in the supply chain management to establish a shared truth. Given the mention of blockchain as a real-world solution, we had to look into this. Now, for a more intriguing mention of the Mori name, how about Kazutaka Mori, head fintech and ICO team. Let's take a look at his profile and expertise. After admission to the bar in Japan, Mr. Mori gained experience at various law firms for about 6 years, including Mercury General in Osaka, which mainly deals with mergers and acquisitions and corporate law practice. Then he became head of Japan desk in Singapore. Now, that's not highlighted, but it is important. Take a look at the description of Japan desk as once described by Evelyn Grace Sarongon, a senior vice president and managing director. The Japan desk addresses the need to grow and adapt business changes and trends brought about by globalization. So we got law, we got globalization. Let's continue. Now, based in Singapore, Mr. Mori specializes in Asian legal affairs and provides legal services on matters such as cross-border mergers and acquisitions and business expansion into the Asian region. In recent years, Mr. Mori has been more involved in projects concerning advisory services for cutting-edge business like fintech. I promise, we coming back to that. Let me heat up a little bit here. In particular, he is receiving an increasing number of inquiries about matters relating to cryptocurrencies in Asian region. He provides advice on regulatory matters for the establishment of cryptocurrency exchange in the Association of Southeast Asian Nation Countries and liaises with local government authorities. He is also he also assists in structuring the ICO in compliance with regulations of relevant countries, reviewing white papers, drafting documents such as simple agreement for future tokens, and terms of service based on the applicable laws of relevant countries, and providing legal opinions on ICO projects. Now, I believe we said Singapore and fintech was important. Take a look at one of Swift Blockchain's release notes. We are excited to announce the release of our latest update, version 5.19.53, which went live on May 31st, Singapore time. At Swift Blockchain, we are constantly working to enhance our platform and provide the best user experience possible. So, why would they release it on Singapore time? How about the existence of SwiftCoin Foundation in Singapore? SwiftCoin Foundation Ltd is an ACRA registered entity that has been operating for 6 years, 4 months at the time of this video being made in Singapore since its incorporation in 2017. That's right, we have Kazutaka Mori, head of fintech, with law experience, familiar with globalization, an active opinion leader on cryptocurrency, and operating in Singapore. Whoever said a picture was worth 1,000 words, cut it short. All right, and it looks like we have reached our shameless plug moment. That's right, share your boy out, follow me. Hit me up on Twitter. Follow me at Twitter. That's the best spot to reach me. If you are into gaming, you can find me at ShookFocuz Gaming on YouTube or over on twitch.tv/ShookFocuz. I can be found on some other platforms. I'm on Facebook, but not as frequently. Also Instagram, but not as frequently. The next best bet is to probably catch me over on TikTok. If you're into growing your own food, home projects, gardening, and you want to watch me take that journey, find me over on TikTok. TikTok got a lot of stuff going on right now, so not sure how long that one's going to be active. I may end up having to move that content over to the website and thus rebuild the website. Now this next piece, y'all, we are entering the bonus round. But fair warning, so some of y'all gonna have to turn the video off. Some of y'all gonna be like, that's it. He lost it. Shook's done gone crazy, y'all. Went off the deep end. Ain't no saving him. We out of here. He gone. Oh, man. But that's because you see, with SWFTCoin, even the smallest details in events always seem to have more. Now, if you've been following some of the recently released research on SWFTCoin, you should be familiar with Mizuho Bank. But just in case you're not, the SWIFT team met the president of the Tokyo branch and introduced him to Swift's business model and roadmap. The president of Mizuho Bank in Tokyo appreciated the business model of Swift and promoted an in-depth discussion about Swift's technology and future cooperations with the Swift team. A quick reference to Forbes shows that Mizuho Bank had approximately $32 billion in revenue in 2023. That's cool, but what makes Mizuho Bank so interesting? Well, take a look at one of the services offered by Mizuho Bank. Swift Connectivity Services. Now let's read the definition. We provide innovative and leading payment solutions for corporate clients globally via Swift Network. Our Swift Connectivity Services enable corporate clients to achieve operation integration and security enhancement with one-stop payment reconciliation. Now that to me sounds very much like the SWIFT often mentioned by the US Federal Reserve. So I took a look at SWIFT as described by Investopedia. Financial institutions use SWIFT to securely transmit information and instructions through a standardized code system. Although SWIFT is crucial to global financial infrastructure, it's not a financial institution. SWIFT does not hold or transfer assets, but facilitates secure, efficient communication between member institutions. So, one would have to say that these SWIFT services are most likely one and the same, right? The SWIFT being used by Mizuho and the SWIFT referenced by the Federal Reserve as described here in Investopedia. Something else that we should keep in mind for later is that by definition, the Federal Reserve is the central bank of the United States. It makes some people uncomfortable to think of it that way, but as the lender of last resort, that's what it is. The Federal Reserve System is the central bank of the United States, often called the Fed. It is arguably the most influential financial institution in the world. Now, I'm going to leave the why createds out of this video, all right? This is a family-friendly affair. I don't need folks throwing sticks. I'm not here to defend the Fed. Okay, so, we have to continue to get to the other half of this. Next, we present another interesting image. It's not the best, but bear with me. It's not super easy to find this information. But we can see by this that Bank Negara Malaysia is the central bank of Malaysia. Let's take a look at one of the financial institutions that at least was at some point listed on BNM's website. That's right, Mizuho Bank, its Malaysian division. Even had a listed complaints contact. So now we have identified that there's at least some relationship here. Rather it just be that Mizuho had to register with BNM to do business in Malaysia, or BNM sees usefulness with Mizuho, I can't confirm that. But nonetheless, it's a connection. Yeah, that's right. We now have Mizuho Bank with two possible pathways into the central banking system via either the SWIFT system and or the Central Bank of Malaysia. And oh, wait a minute, is this that image from part 1 of the SWFTCoin mystery? The one stated to possibly be the most important image surrounding the whole project? Looking at this here, we can see for the 2020 to 2030 prediction, we see regular people, unbanked, and does that say cashless? I bring you Mizuho Bank's elimination of cash handling services over the counter. Dear valued customers, published 15 February 2021. First, please allow us to express our gratitude for having you as one of our loyal customers. As part of our digitization initiative and also to align with Bank Negara Malaysia or BNM's efforts in promoting digitization in banking services, we would like to encourage you to utilize electronic payment systems such as real-time electronic transfer of funds and securities or rentas, interbank Giro or IBG, and or real-time payments, RPP. A payments platform will be able to make and receive payments in a matter of seconds as an alternative method for physical cash handling over the counter. We would like to announce that Mizuho Bank Malaysia has decided to eliminate the cash handling services over the counter at our bank premise effective 31 March 2021. Mizuho Bank Malaysia provides you with safe and secure electronic banking platform, which is also known as Mizuho Global E-Banking System, that supports rentas, IPG, and RPP, to help you keep pace with all your business finance needs from day to night. It also aims 24/7, is you paying attention 24/7, also aims to provide quick and easy banking experience as you skip the visit to the bank and perform the transaction wherever you are. Electronic payment, which is more expedient and efficient means of payment, provide the opportunity to improve productivity levels and lower the cost of doing business. The shift to electronic payments is an area in which the quantum leap forward can be made. And is essential to the quest to achieve higher economic growth. Right? Should you need help, contact your relationship manager. Huh? We're not done. We're not done, y'all. What's even wilder is Mizuho Bank is not the only one paying attention to this movement. This next piece was found on the BIS website, Bank of International Settlement. CBDCs in emerging market economies, Malaysia's perspective. Motivation for CBDC work. With rapid technological innovation and developments in the broader payment space, central banks have intensified efforts to explore the merits and feasibility of issuing CBDCs in emerging market economies, Malaysia's perspective. Motivation for CBDC work. With rapid technological innovation and developments in the broader payment space, central banks have intensified efforts to explore the merits and feasibility of issuing central bank digital currencies. The motivation for CBDC work is largely shaped by local circumstances, given CBDC's strong potential to be an effective tool to achieve public policy objectives. Such objectives may include improving domestic and cross-border payments, enhancing financial inclusion, ensuring continued access to central bank money, and strengthening monetary policy transmission. Additionally, CBDC is also seen as a potential measure to preserve monetary sovereignty against the risk of currency substitution posed by privately issued digital assets such as crypto assets and stablecoins. The first part of the paper will focus on Malaysia's approach to CBDC and the broader digital currency ecosystem. The subsequent part will outline the views of the Central Bank of Malaysia's, or BNM, on how to harness the benefits while mitigating the risks associated with the cross-border aspects of CBDCs. Malaysia's approach to CBDC and the broader digital currency ecosystem. Developments in the digital currency space may offer benefits to Malaysia. This, however, comes with some attendant risks. In the case of CBDC, for instance, the CBDC platform may provide a key foundational infrastructure upon which the private sector may innovate to promote a more efficient, inclusive, and vibrant payments landscape. However, there are also consequent risks that need to be managed. Depending on how it's designed, CBDC issuance may impact monetary policy operations, amplify operational and cyber risk for B&M, and dismantle the banking system. This calls for a deeper understanding and careful evaluation of the opportunities and risks to make informed decisions. To this end, B&M is pursuing a two-pronged approach as illustrated in Diagram 1. So, while none of this proves that any of these institutions are actually using SWFTCoin, it would seem as though chasing down these SWFTCoin connections has led us right smack into the middle of the testing grounds for CBDC deployment.
Things that are, but it's wrong to say that we're working on a CBDC and that we've secretly got a lab here where we've got one and we're just going to spring it on Congress at the right moment. We don't.
And until next time, don't get shook. Stay focused. And I'm out.
The people who say that Ripple is somehow, your word, the devil, it's because we're partnering with the man. We decided if you want to enable an internet of value, you got to connect to the repositories of value. And the repositories of value are the bank.
Hear that music?